been many different civilizations and there's been many resets. The question is, how long has this been going on? And have we done all of this before? So, ancient Mayans showing some type of spaceman, Indian temple showing another spaceman. For the people that didn't believe me before, ancient Sumerians with a nuclear bomb. I think this is from ancient Mexico. Guy riding a bike. This is ancient Egypt, and I'm not sure what's going on here. This is from ancient Egypt, and it turns out they did have electricity. And for the people that said Egyptians didn't have light bulbs, think again.
Go ahead and start filming me. Alright, so here's the experiment. We've got 2 bowls filled with tap water. We have a student's hand sitting in one of the bowls, okay, for the last 5 minutes or so. Alright, we're going to test now to see how much chlorine is inside of these. Now once again, what test group is this? That's the control group. And what is this? Well, I mean, what group though? Test group. And what's the independent variable? No. The hand. The hand is the independent variable. Now, go ahead and take your hand out. You're going to take a measurement from each. Scoop this up. I'll keep this sort of to the left. I'll keep this sort of to the right. Tell you what, and I got one on the very far right. This one came from the outside drinking water. All right, this will turn dark yellow if there's a lot of chlorine in it. A lighter yellow if there's a little bit of chlorine in it, and it will have no color effect if there's no chlorine in it. Start off with the drinking water. This is the tap, and here's the one that the kid's hand was in. All right, give him a little shake. Uh-oh. What happened to the chlorine that the kid's hand was in?
It didn't really change color.
Why did it not change color?
Because her skin absorbed it.
Her skin absorbed it. Your skin absorbs chlorine 6 times faster than if you were to actually drink the chlorine water. And as we talked about, chlorine is a carcinogen. It causes cancer. It's been linked to heart disease, to strokes. It's not good stuff. If you compare the other one, the tap water has the most amount of chlorine in it. And the one that went through the filter, we need to change the filter out on that drinking water. It's still yellow, which means it's still chlorinated. Now, the reason we chlorinate is because you'd actually die much quicker than the cancer that this is giving you if you didn't chlorinate, because you have bacteria, amoebas, and parasites. You'd probably die of explosive diarrhea if we weren't dumping massive amounts of chlorine into our water supply. But it is kind of laughable that we tell kids when they get out of the pool to go wash off the chlorine using tap water. All right, thank you.
What is the devil's end game for exterminating humanity completely? It's called transhumanism. Transhumanism is the belief or theory that the human race can evolve beyond its current physical and mental limitations, especially by means of science and technology. This is basically merging man with machine and eradicating the human race forever. And obviously he's doing this to rebel against God, because in Genesis 1:27, God created man in his own image. The devil's trying to create man in his image as well.
I think that fake news have been with us for thousands of years. Just think of the Bible.
Yuval Harari, which is a top advisor for the World Economic Forum, which has a vast amount of global power worldwide, has been fantasizing about this reality for a long time. He's even received endorsements from people like Obama.
The other book that I really enjoyed, a book by an Israeli author, Yuval Harari.
Let's take a look at Yuval's vision for humanity and where it will end up.
What do you need in order to hack a human being. You need a lot of computing power and you need a lot of data. The most important data is what's happening inside your body. Having the ability to really monitor people under the skin, this is the biggest game changer of all.
Humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, you know, this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over.
These people are actually fulfilling Daniel 2:43's end-time prophecy about iron not mixing with clay. Make sure you're aware of this agenda and stand firm until the end, because we will not bow down to Satan and his schemes. We are made in the image of God, and we're going to stay that way.
Okay, so these are all the really expensive cars going up the hill to the World Economic Forum or Geneva Convention, whatever you want to call it this morning. I'm going to talk really fast right now while I can. What they're doing at this World Economic Forum is some scary ass shit, you guys. They've got tons of like 18 to 21-year-olds there. It is, you know what I'm saying, grooming. It's insane though. Bill Gates is there. They're making huge decisions for the world. I'm not even kidding you. Big leaders are there from every country but ours. We got Bill Gates. There's a lot of different narratives being pushed. One big one is they're calling it ethical decision making in times of crisis. They're saying that basically everybody lacks it and they're going to teach it and take it over until people can figure it out. And they 100% deadass are planning the next pandemic. Like, I'll play it in a little while when I can get it all together, but they're planning.
This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen, this is a rapper, you got 200 followers. I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than you. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged. It's rigged. I'm telling you. Yo, hear me out when I tell you, I speak facts. I'm in the industry. I'm trying to tell you how this game is marketed. Like, I'm trying to tell you. Yo, the labels tell you, yo, listen, you have to sit down with Spotify, sit down with Apple. You have to do this interview. You have to. If you don't want to, you have to. You have to go see this person and sit down and talk to them. You have to go and do this. You have to. Yo, you gotta check the boxes. Literally, you can say, I don't feel like doing it. I don't even like that person. You have to. You're a puppet. You can't say certain shit. Take that down. Take it down right now. Okay, I'll take it down. Don't say that. Listen, you remember when I told you the industry is rigged? You remember when I told you that? I said, yo, the industry is rigged. You can buy a number one. Remember when I told you that? You can buy a number one. Do you remember when I told you, yo, you can buy a number one? You remember when I told you that? What do you think I did? I bought it. You don't believe me still? I bought the number one record. You know how? Because bundles exist. If you make your whole fan base buy, it's not about music anymore. If you make your whole fan base buy merch, it buys the number one. You can buy a number one. I didn't prove it to you yet? You can buy streams. You can buy bundles. You can buy a number one. I didn't tell you that? I didn't tell you that? What does it take you to fucking believe you can buy a number one? I didn't tell you that? Take it from a person who's successful. You can buy a number one.
People in the Egyptian priesthood who still had the elongated skulls, and they created a safe haven for them in the Vatican City. The Library of Alexandria was burned down, but only with a false flag, where they burned tax documents and census documents. They took all the good stuff that included books from before they came to Earth and relocated that to the Vatican Library. Then you go across to the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, and once again you have a pyramid building culture in Mesoamerica with people depicted in their inscriptions who have elongated skulls. And unlike the case of Egypt, with Mesoamerica we now have the added benefit that there are multiple elongated skulls that have been dug up and were not censored that are actually on display in museums in places like Bolivia. We have the researcher Brian Forster, who's bringing out new examples of elongated skulls, and they are being genetically tested, they're being analyzed, and they have clear physiological differences from the skulls that the rest of us have. These people have very large brains. Discover magazine in the year 2009 came out with an article called "What Happened to the Hominids Who Were Smarter Than Us?" And it describes how in the early 20th century, elongated skulls were found in Boskop, South Africa, thus earning them the name the Boskop skulls. And they were given ceremonial burials. Apparently these people were revered in their society. But the article claims that the brain volume is almost twice what ours would be, and thus the average person in their society would have an IQ of 150, and some of them could have an IQ that goes up to 300.
When I first came home and I put the industry on blast because I started noticing that the industry, whether it was Billboard or the DSPs, Apple Music, Spotify, will, you know, fabricate numbers to make certain people, you know, come out on top. It's just been all downhill from there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of in a weird space because now I'm.
So you feel like you're getting cheated?
Yeah, well, I know I'm getting cheated. And I feel like they're making me pay the price for outing that, you know? So I just open it up, right? I'll go like as refreshed, right? I'll close it out and I'll go back to it, right? For browse, it's loading, so you know it's fresh.
Okay.
What do you see up there?
Rap Life.
But who's on the front cover?
Big Sean.
Big Sean. So you go over.
Right.
Who, this, you know, you keep going over. There's no Tekashi 6ix9ine. And we just dropped an album on the same day. I'm one of the biggest artists in the rap game, right? You go to new music, it's loading. You go all the way to the bottom, right? You see no Tekashi 6ix9ine?
No.
So it's literally, they're blackballing the situation and they're saying we're not afraid, we'll do it publicly. You know what I'm saying? For what cause?
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. It's the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. And, huh? What? The prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. No, the pressure comes in. Huh? He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress. What is wrong? What is this, Brokeback Mountain in here? So then, wear the dress. I don't want to wear the dress. I want to wear this dress. You know what I mean? This is, oh gosh, this guy's so difficult. They leave. Now the producers comes, come on, David, would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why are they putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. Guy comes back 10 minutes later, the whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast? You know, it's like, so you got to take a stand.
I asked Mango if he would ever do a song with a gay rapper, and he said he's pretty sure that he has.
That's crazy.
Do you think that you've done songs with gay rappers, and you know, who are not obviously in the closet?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, when you say who not in the closet?
Who is in the closet?
Possibly, man.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So you think that you've worked with a gay rapper?
Yeah, man. And gay, not being just full out gay, but hiding it, trying to pretend like he, you know, loves girls and live the rap lifestyle, but really he's a man fan.
He's a man fan.
Yeah. There's a lot of man fans out there in hip hop.
There's a rumor that you was trying to sign with Bad Boy at one point.
I started kicking it with Diddy, right? I ran around with Diddy for 2 years, damn near. And this Diddy, we never went to the studio one time, but he was like, yo, I fuck with your demo, you know, bad boy, but hey, Playboy, hey, here go a watch, Playboy, here go a chain, Playboy. I'm like, yo, we ever gonna rap? This nigga like, nah.
I was doing it for 2 years.
Hey, yo, but the jet leave at 5. We going to Miami, Playboy. We going to, you know what I'm saying? We going to New York. We in ATL this weekend, Playboy, pop out. And I was going everywhere with Diddy. And then one day, this nigga Diddy, me and Diddy was smoking. He was like, you know what? Like he was really about to just give me some major game, right? He like, you know what I've been thinking? You belong with Dr. Dre. I'm like, no, you don't say it.
I happen to know Diddy fucks boys. It's nasty. It's nasty. That's, man, you keep that shit right away. You have that shit go right past me. It's nasty. It's nasty. You like boy pussy. He like to play with people's pennies. He like to play with people's pennies. Yeah, he do. He like boy pussy. I love you, Diddy, but I don't love you, Diddy. Yeah, that's going viral.
Just looking at my beautiful son, boy, you's a beautiful black king. Jesus, you just woo! Man.
I appreciate you.
Man.
I'm blessed. Love you. Thank you.
I mean, what you doing, man? You're getting, what's going on, man?
Growing up, Pop.
You growing up? You growing up? What's up?
Looks like you lost those last few pounds. Angela, looks like you picked up that bit of weight Jeremy dropped. Could have been a carrot in that dress, but I guess you brought pumpkins back in season tonight. Good thing there's no fairy godmother around. You'd be carting Cinderella off to the ball. Oh, what's this? Elijah taking the stage. Wow. Elijah Lewis just slapped the heck out of me.
Don't you ever talk about my wife that way.
Relax, my friend. It was just a joke. I'm a comedian, Elijah. You know how it is. No disrespect, Angela. You're gorgeous.
I said keep my wife's name out your mouth, Corey.
So there's a story of a man named Yaqub. Let's see what Google says. In the beliefs of the Nation of Islam, Yaqub was a black scientist who lived 6,600 years ago and began the creation of the white race / white people. He is said to have done this through a form of selective breeding referred to as grafting while living on the island of Patmos. Let's be clear, this is what Google says. So it says here that in Arabic, of the biblical name Jacob, meaning subplanter. So Yaqub in Arabic means subplanter. Let's see what subplanter means. Subplanter. This word is not typically thought of as positive. Conventionally, the word subplanter could be taken as a bad thing, like someone who takes over or overthrows by force. Someone who takes over or overthrows by force. So Yaqub, so we all know that the J didn't exist back then. So Jacob in the Bible is actually Yaqub. Let's see what Jacob did. Jacob separated those lambs from Laban's flock. At a mating time, he turned the flock to face Laban's animals that were streaked or black. This is how he built his own flock instead of increasing Laban's. The Bible tells the same story. Let's see. King James Version. And Jacob did separate the lambs and set the faces of the flocks toward the ring straight. And all of the brown in the flock, Laban, he put on his own flocks by themselves and didn't let them go into Laban's cattle. So he separated the brown and the streaked and kept the ones that wasn't. Skin grafting at its finest. This is in all the Bibles. This is the Jacob story. So when we see Yaqub, this is what Google says, not me. I didn't say these things. Wikipedia, Google, and the internet said these things. The Bible said these things. Just take a look for yourself. Yaqub, the supplanter.
Alright, this one's pretty interesting. A Rothschild and a witch taking a picture in front of some artwork. If you don't know these two, do some research. But what is this artwork? It's kind of weird looking. Let's try to explore. Okay, so Thomas Lawrence, 1769 to 1830, Royal Academy of Arts. Alright, wait. Satan summoning his legions? Okay, that's kind of creepy. And why does that look so familiar? No. No way. Oh man. Could it really be right in our faces all this time? There's more similarities than just this. If you'd like to go deeper into it, let me know.